Hello, Africa. Welcome to ETV Ghana's African Women's Voices Show. This is the show that tackles issues pertaining to women as they contribute to national development. How have you been? I want to believe you've been doing well. And even if things didn't go as you thought it would, always keep up with the positive attitude. That's what we always say here. Because no matter how hard it gets, it definitely will get better. I am so happy to be meeting you tonight, and I have an exciting topic to discuss today. World PR Day is fast approaching. 16th of July is when we get to celebrate it. Global Media Alliance, the biggest PR agency here in Ghana. And when you work with us, you talk to Africa. We are going to be celebrating World PR Day in a very special way. And as part of the activities to celebrate this day, we will be talking to the founder of Women in PR Ghana. And she's one lady I have always known, and I'm so happy with where she has gotten to. We get the chance to get to meet with her. But as I always do on the show, I always like to acknowledge my sponsors, those who make it possible for you to see me every Wednesday at 8 p.m. And first on the list is Chana Shito. Chana Shito is Ghana's #1 pepper sauce. If you've not tried it, I need you to pick up one from Shell stores. I'm telling you, if you get to eat Chana Shito, you will not taste any other kind of shito here in Ghana. And for those of you who are watching me out of here, anytime you come to Ghana, ask for Ghana's #1 pepper sauce, and that is Chana Shito. Pick up her number right now at the base of your screen and start calling her, start putting your orders in, and she will sort you all out. And my outfit, I am loving this jumpsuit. And all thanks goes to Afariwa Styles. Afariwa, thank you. I love my outfit. You can locate Afariwa Styles at Osu or along the Teshinungwa Road at the container bus stop. She's into contemporary ladies and gents outfit. And what I like about it is the fact that it's already made. You step in and step out with whatever it is that fits and works for you. But if you've got fabric and you want her to sew for you, she can also sort you out from that side. Pick up her number right now at the base of your screen and also try and give her a call. When it comes to the best of the best jollof rices here in Ghana, there is one secret ingredient, and that is leap tomato mix. Have you tried it? Okay. You know, I took a pause before mentioning the name because I just was beginning to feel the flavor of that leap tomato mix that I used to prepare my jollof rice. It was so good. Any delicacy you want to put together and you need tomato mix, do not forget to use leap tomato mix. It's going to work for your benkwan, your peanut butter soup, your palm nut soup, your stews, your light soup, whatever it is you want to cook. Once you need tomato mix, you need to choose the best of the best, and that is Leap Tomato Mix. Pick up a number right now at the base of your screen and start up a business. I'm sure a lot of us who are watching are looking for side hustles, and this is one option available to you. And my hair, all thanks to Awo's Hair. You can locate her on Instagram and Facebook at Awo's Hair. So right away, I'd like to make you understand what Women in PR Ghana is all about. Okay, so I put something together. We'll present it to you for you to have a better understanding before I introduce my guests. So stick and stay.
Women in Public Relations Ghana, WIPR Ghana, was founded by Miss Faith Senam Oklu and registered in May 2017 as a not-for-profit organization. It launched on July 1st, 2017 with its maiden event, WIPR Ghana Summit. Women in PR was established to focus on empowering, mentoring, and creating opportunities for networking and career advancement for the next generation of young women in PR and communication. The vision of Women in PR Ghana is to become the leading organization in Ghana that advocates for women and professionalism in PR practice while providing opportunities for women studying and practicing PR and communications. Women in PR Ghana has so far organized 5 successful annual Women in PR Ghana summits and other professional networking events such as PR in the Park, PR Conversations and Cocktails, Industry versus Classroom, an Evening with IWD event, which has brought women from different industries practicing PR and communications together to network. share ideas, and motivate each other to strive for higher heights in their career. In March 2022, WIPR launched as a membership-based organization for female students and professionals. It currently boasts of 70 members. Find more at our website on www.womeninprghana.org. Women in PR Ghana is currently affiliated to the Global Women in PR based in the UK. Overall, WIPR Ghana recognizes the need for female leadership in the PR industry and thus tailors its programs and activities to empower and equip members to strive towards leadership roles. Contact 0555 757881 or email us on info@womeninprghana.org and Women in PR Ghana on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Sixth Women in PR Ghana Summit set for 8th to 9th July 2022. Hotel to host 6th Women in PR Ghana Summit. Women in PR Ghana is set to host the 6th edition of its annual summit for female professionals and students in the communication and public relations industry. The two-day event, which is themed PR Women as Change Agents in the Competitive Corporate World, will be coordinated both virtually via Zoom and Facebook for day 1 and physically at Hotel in East Legon for day 2, starting from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. each day. This year's summit will highlight key topics in the areas of female leadership and mentorship, executive visibility, sustainable development, corporate communications, digital storytelling, and social currency, amongst others. The summit will feature distinguished speakers and communication experts from Ghana, Nigeria, Benin, and the UK, to include Uche Ofodile, Chief Executive Officer, MTN Benin, Asiedua Ade, Head, Corporate Affairs, Brand and Marketing, Standard Chartered Bank, Maka Onyemelukwe, Director, Public Affairs, Communications and Sustainability for Coca-Cola Nigeria Limited. There will be 2 panel discussions with experts as Ronke Lawal, Founder, Ariatu PR, Iretomiwa Akintunde Johnson, Lead PR and Communications Advisor, ID Africa. Adisa Amano, Director, Abjal Communications, Georgina Asari Fiagbenu, Senior Communications Manager, MTN Ghana, Ivy Howard Mills, Deputy Director, Public Affairs, UPSA, Doro Fatumata, Managing Director, Vlisco, and Saki, Marketing and Communications Professional, amongst others. This year's summit will introduce Women in PR Ghana mentoring program with the 2021 Top Women in PR, where young female professionals will have the opportunity to be mentored as part of one of our key objectives of mentoring the next generation of women in PR. Nana Ekua Abrompa, Business News Editor at Media General Ghana Limited, will be the host for this year's summit, while Pamela Boateng, PR Officer at SIC Life Company Limited, and Samuel Osei, Manager, Communications and External Relations, Newmont will moderate both Day 1 and Day 2 panel discussions, respectively. The 2022 summit is supported by GTP, Adepa, MTN Ghana, Total Petroleum Ghana PLC, Pollard Insurance, Vivo Energy Ghana, Yepro Public Relations. Follow Women in PR Ghana page for all live streaming videos. For further information and inquiries about the summit and Women in PR Ghana, visit www.womeninprghana.org. Contact 0555 757881 or email info@womeninprghana.org or follow social media platforms Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Women in PR Ghana.
Wow, that was really exciting, and I was so happy to get all the information I needed about Women in PR Ghana. But I know that there are still some of them that we'll have to find out from our very distinguished guest who is seated right next to me. It's time for me to introduce her. So let the drum roll, ladies and gentlemen. I am so happy to recognize, to acknowledge the presence of a very good friend of mine. who is the founder of Women in PR Ghana. She's none other than Faith Senam Oklu. And now we've added April to the name as well, right? You're welcome to the show, girl. How are you?
I'm doing well, Mrs. T. How are you too?
I'm also very fine, and I'm so happy to be connecting with you again,
I know.
in the physical. You see, we are very good friends, but we kind of see ourselves a lot on social media, and I am super, super excited to be getting to meet with her. And she travels all around, all, about preaching the gospel of PR. So today she's going to be preaching the gospel PR here on the show in African Women's Voices Studio. So I know that those of you who are watching may have some questions that you'd like to ask. And to get to a point, I'll allow you to ask those questions, okay? But based on the topic we chose, we kind of realized that you have a lot of women when it comes to communications and public relations, and people may be wondering, what's going on? Is it a woman thing? You have more women there. Well, we've got some men there as well. So today we decided that we're going to be talking about how, women play better when it comes to this space of public relations. So if you are a woman who is interested in public relations, draw closer to your set. If you are also somebody who is probably still trying to figure out what part of communications you would like to major in, well, I think you should also draw closer, because you could be getting some ideas or more around what your decision is going to be. So let's take it away, Faith. Let's talk about how can women really play better when it comes to this area of public relations?
I think that naturally women are more, in the public relation industry, basically our understanding is that it's a managing of information from one party or from an organization to, let's say, your customers or to different audiences. And there's so many things that play out. Let's say, for instance, building relationship is one key thing about public relations. And women are very great people when it comes to building relationship. Let's even get personal, right? When it comes to a boy and a girl relationship, women are more, they are more committed to making sure the relationship works. They want to make sure that everyone is fine, right? Everyone feels okay. Even, when women are not okay, they want to talk about it. And I think that it's all these things, including listening, having that empathy to listen to issues. Women are also multitaskers, because in PR, you'll be doing so many things at the same time. Let's say, for instance, if you're a PR person who is working in an agency, you will not just be writing. You'll be doing so many things. You'll be coordinating, running around doing events. You probably will be writing at the same time, responding to emails, calling clients and all this. And I think that women naturally gravitate towards public relations because of all these things that
come
naturally
to them
with their profession. Yeah.
Wow, awesome. Talking about how women like to talk, yeah, we like to talk. And when we talk, we want people to actually feel what we're saying. And you know that when it comes to branding or brand positioning, you always want to have this emotional connection with your brand. And women are going to be the ones that will better put that in perspective for whoever's brand we are looking at. And the issue of multitasking, I think I kind of agree. Somehow we find it very easy to be able to wash, cook, clean, be watching a series, and taking calls, sending emails, all at the same time. And like she explained, it's all what we get to do in public relations. And for the men who are also in this space, that goes to say that you're also doing very well in trying to put yourself together to do things that don't naturally come to you. And we want to give you all the kudos, okay? She's here today because she's organizing Women in Ghana PR Summit, and we would like to know a lot more about it, because we need you to register and be part of the conversation. We'll go for a quick commercial break. When we return, we get to understand what we'll be doing at the Women in Ghana PR Summit. Just stay tuned. And you're welcome back to ETV Ghana's African Women's Voices show, and we are discussing Women in PR Ghana. And this is because as World PR Day 2022 approaches, Global Media Alliance, the biggest PR agency here in Ghana, and somehow, even across Africa, would like to be part of this day, and we are celebrating it in a very big way. And as part of the activities for celebrating this special day, which comes up on the 16th of July, we've got Women in PR Ghana here to talk to us. And before we went on the break, we mentioned the fact that PR has a lot of women in that space. But I'd like to find out from the founder of Women in PR Ghana, if we already know, is determined that we have a lot of women in PR, why did you then have to start up Women in PR Ghana NGO?
So the idea is that, yes, indeed, we do have a lot of women in public relations. But guess what? The irony is that we have more women at the entry level. So then people get to the top. Once they rise through the corporate ladder, we realized our data has it that we're having fewer women at the top. So the reverse happens in like boardrooms, in the corporate world, in leadership position, where we have more men than more women.
Okay.
And even the Nigeria report we have almost 30% of women in leadership roles. So the question is, why do we have a lot of women at the entry level, and why don't we have those same women at in leadership positions? So it was a big of a challenge, and I realized that no, we need to find a way to bring these women out. Yes, our work puts us in the background. You'll be planning, coordinating, doing all sort of things, but people don't get to see these women. So why don't we put the spotlight on them? Why don't we have an event where we can all come together, where people can know them, know what they've been doing, their struggles, their success stories, and hopefully with that, they can inspire younger people to also rise through the ranks to get to where they want to be.
Great. And interestingly, I've been able to identify a lot of women in PR, by having to follow the Women in PR Ghana, because I really didn't know we had a lot of them around us, because you hear about the great things that is happening in brands, a lot of beautiful things happening in terms of PR, and you don't even know that women are the ones driving it. But with the exposure that we get to receive with Women in PR Ghana, we get to see all these women who are behind the scenes making things work. And this year, what theme are you working with?
So we are looking at PR women as change agents in a competitive corporate world. And we sort of came up with this idea because we realized that we're also getting to a space where we need our women to be more competitive. And in being competitive means that they need to also be advocates. They need to speak out more. They need to identify how they can also create campaigns and projects that sort of makes us, like I said earlier, competitive, but at the same time, projects that would impact society. So we are looking at sustainable developments. We are looking at how women can rise through the ranks to become leaders. And so it's not just let's meet, let's network, but those conversations that will get people inspired to go to their organizations. But when they are drawing campaigns, when they are putting together projects, they are projects that would go and impact societies. And so that's the whole idea behind the theme.
The theme this year. Okay. So now that you made us understand what the theme this year is looking like, let's take a journey back to when it all started in the year 2017. If we can have a footage of what happened in 2017, I'll be very grateful. Let's see it.
We want to create a platform to educate, equip, empower young PR professionals, which is one of the objectives of this seminar.
You should begin to look at the things that the bottom line addresses: profit. What contribution am I bringing to the workplace? That is it.
It's important to have emotional competence, because as a PR person, your banter and today I'm not in the mood, tomorrow I'm not in the mood, it will not work.
The reason why PR is great is because PR is about adapting. It's about rocking it without anyone knowing.
Or you will not be handed a job because you're a woman.
So to you all, I offer these final words. It's important for us to stay connected to our clients and to our audience, and not to wait for something to happen before we make the connection. In all cases, we must know our stakeholders more than they know themselves. The more we know them, the better we will be at serving them and averting crises.
A very beautiful beginning. The faith I see there in 2017 is totally different from the faith I see today. A lot of transformation. And I like what one of the speakers said. You are not just going to be given the job because you're a woman. Do not expect that. And our mood swings. You know, women today are in the mood, tomorrow you're not in the mood. We had another speaker talking about it, that look, that's not how it works. You can't be in the mood today and then tomorrow you said, okay, I don't really want to be in the mood to do this. As a PR professional, just put your mood swings to the side and ensure that you get the job done. Beautiful. We'll get to see what happened in 2018. But before we go there, I'd like us to know who some of the speakers this year actually are.
This year is really packed. So we are doing two days. We have the virtual summit. So we have, I'm going to try to remember because it's a long list. So we have Ronke Lawal. She's in the UK. Her company's name is Ariatu PR. We have Ireto Miwa. She's a Nigerian. She'll be coming to Ghana. I hope I get her name right.
Mamaka Onyema Lokwa is the next person. I'm going to help you with that. Mamaka, I'm mentioning your name, okay?
And then we have Adisa Mano. She's also in the UK, but she's a Ghanaian in the UK. And we want to diversify the conversation. These are people in the diaspora, and they are talking about global social currency, using social currency to build a global network. And the idea is that in this day and age, we all need to have social currency. And it doesn't matter where you are. And these are people who, even right here in Ghana, we know about them, we know what they've been doing, and we've been following their career journey. So they will be speaking on day one. Aside that, we are having the MTN CEO in Benin, Uche Ofodile. She's also going to speak to us about increasing female leadership through mentorship. She's someone who started as a PR person and has risen all the way to become one of the senior business leaders in Africa. She inspires a lot of people. And for us, the idea is that we don't want PR people to see the highest position they can get to as, let's say, a PR director of anything. You can actually aspire to become a CEO of any organization, any multinational company. And so she's an exemplary leader and somebody who inspires us. And we are hoping that on Friday, people will join the summit and listen to her journey. And then we have Saturday, which is the in-person summit, which will be happening at AH Hotel. Like you said, Inwamaka is one of them. She's coming all the way from Nigeria to attend the summit, to be part of the summit. We also have Esiedwa Adai. She's the corporate affairs manager for Stanchart Bank. And then we have, who's the third person I lost track of. But then we also have a panel discussion.
Okay, before you go there, there's Saki?
Ansaki, yes. So the Ansaki is part of the panel discussion.
Okay.
And then we have Sami from Newmont who will be moderating the discussion. I mean, we know it's a women's summit, and at some point people were asking, why do we have men? Why is a man moderating, a man in PR moderating the discussion? And I always stand by this. The fact that we said as a woman in PR platform doesn't mean that it should always be about women. I believe that if we want women to lead and make a change and an impact, we always need to get the men in the room when we're having conversation. We need the men to be part of the conversation. That's how, if you get home and you are talking to your husband and telling your husband how you want to aspire to become even a CEO, he would understand because he's part of the conversation all the time. And it's not like we are setting the women out to go and fight the men. So for us, it's always important that let's get the main part of the conversation. And so, yes, we have Ansaki, and then we have Sami, and then we have Odilia. She's also somebody who is very heavy on executive visibility. And so they are going to talk about executive visibility, the value of executive visibility on corporate communications. And that's also another important topic that we want to discuss, because a lot of times we've seen CEOs do amazing things. We've seen CEOs either fail or exceed, but behind it are PR people, corporate communications experts who are sort of guiding or handling those people. So it's important that We highlight what value that PR professionals have in terms of executive visibility. So it's really like a packed summit for this year. And I'm sure we'll have a great time and a lot of lessons.
We definitely will
to
have a
learn.
great time. And if you've not planned to be somewhere on Saturday, please, you need to start planning around it. You need to register to be part of Women in PR Ghana Summit 2022, which is happening at the AH Hotel. You see the way she's just rattling and rattling. Did you hear her speak when it was 2017? A totally different faith was there. So let's take a look at what happened in 2018 and see how well she's evolving. Do not go away.
I welcome you all to the second edition of Women in PR Ghana Summit. It's our vision as an organization to be the first point of call for PR women, students and practitioners alike who may need some form of assistance, advice, career support related issues, mentorship, internship opportunities, just to mention a few.
We should be very creative and innovative when it comes to PR. How do we stand out?
Is it just enough to know PR and PR alone if you want to rise to the top?
You have to be responsive and you have to be engaging with your audience. So if there's somebody who writes a review, and mind you, people will write reviews which aren't good. People will say, oh, that food I ate wasn't tasty. You have to respond. Communication is key.
They'll have meetings, you go back to your office and you cry. You need to be on top of your issues. You be in the corridor and your VEM or your executive body or person will ask you, so how much have you spent so far? What's your year to date spend?
So you have to understand the brand guidelines, the way the company likes to write, the voice. Every company has a voice. If it's a Guinness, my voice is kind of funky all over the place. If it's a mining company, go and do funky. Everybody's going to think, hey, these people, they are not serious.
Your narrative is not devoid of context. And because that is what makes a good communicator. And if you are a woman, you are able to understand how to transact in such a way that you derive value for your organization.
Nobody would give you a job just because you are a woman. However, you can use the qualities you possess as a woman to enhance yourself. There's nothing as attractive as a beautiful woman with brains. If it's just about beauty, we're home fed over.
And you're welcome back from 2018 Women in PR Ghana Summit. We'll go for a quick commercial break, okay? And when we return, I get to read your comments on Facebook. I haven't forgotten you at all. And also, we get to talk about who exactly Women in PR Ghana Summit is actually targeting. We mentioned that, okay, men are also coming there, aside women being there. What kind of women are we looking for? You need to find out, okay? So do stick and stay after this break. And you are welcome back to ETV Ghana's African Women's Voices show. It's been fun and quite educational here as we are getting to understand a lot better things that happen in PR. If you have not been part of the first 30 minutes, well, you still have got time to be part of us. I mentioned before we went on the break that I'm going over to Facebook to be able to acknowledge all of you who are sending me your waves. First, I'm starting with a comment, and I see Nedem Mom. She has sent us hearts, 3 hearts. Thank you so much, Nedem. I see Bridget Mensa. She says, I am glued. And she has set this, the emoji that has got the heart eyes. I also see Gertrude Briku, she's also sent us hearts. And then I see Julius Kuma Granting. He sent us a thumbs up. He likes what he's seeing. And then I see a lot of you who are actually sending us waves from across Africa. And I am moving right to our neighboring countries. I see your waves from Togo. I see from Mali. I see from Ouagadougou. Thank you so much. You're all watching. And then it's moving up to Nigeria. I see a lot of you from various states. I see you in Enugu. I see you from Anambra State. I see some other person from Ihiala. Ihiala is in Anambra State as well. Thank you so much. From Cross River, from Akwa Ibom, I see from Abuja, from Lagos, from Lokoja, I see from Jalingo. You're all watching us from Nigeria. Thank you so much for connecting to us. And then moving up, I'm seeing some waves coming through from Morocco, Casablanca. Thank you so much for for joining us from Cairo, from Senegal. You're all watching. Thank you. Women in PR Ghana is expanding, so you have no idea. One of these days, it could just come to your place. So I'm so happy that you're having to connect with us to understand what it is that we are doing here in Ghana when it comes to women in public relations. And then I'm coming back home here in Ghana. I'm seeing a lot of people waving and waving from Accra, 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 Accra. Thank you so much. Kumasi is also not reducing their waves. They're also there. I see from Tamale, from Tumu, Navrongo. Thank you all so much for connecting. I see from Salt Pond, Hafasini, Axim. I see all your waves. Thank you so, so much for joining us. If I couldn't mention you, I am sorry. I'll still try and acknowledge you, okay? But I'm so happy that you're connected to ETV Ghana's African Women's Voices show. So we wanted to find out what kind of person we are targeting when it comes to Women in Ghana PR, Women in PR Ghana Summit 2022 that will be taking place at the AH Hotel at the East Legon. So I think this is what you need to know. Already, those of you who are watching, you deserve to be there. So let's know about the other people who also need to be there. So tell us, who are our target audience?
So we are looking largely at women studying and practicing PR. So we are looking at whether you are a student in any of the communication institutions. We are also looking at professionals who are working in different organizations. So you could be working as a PR person in a private sector, or you'll be working as a PR person in an agency, in any organization, and it cuts across different levels. So that's why it's really interesting, an opportunity for you to be there, because there are some of these people on a regular day you will not see them, but on Saturday we get to network, we get to meet each other, we get to build relationship for tomorrow. So it's and like I said, largely women, but we're also having some students coming in. And then, of course, some few men who would be there. I mean, they come beside lines, so we'll definitely have some men there, yeah.
Okay, great. You see, so we're not actually trying to put people away. So you just need to be there to understand PR better. And she mentioned that you could rise above the ladder, not to be a PR director, but to the level of a CEO. Can you imagine if you had public relations background where you understand crisis management, communication, handling of interviews, stakeholder engagement, you know all of these things, and then you are the CEO? What kind of barrier can't you break? You are a better CEO, you're a better package person to lead an organization. So PR is a space that you need to find yourself in. Some other people are just buzzing. They want me to actually acknowledge them. I have got to do this. I see you, Flora Addison. You said, I'm enjoying the conversation. I see Felipe Ignacio Daibala. I hope I mentioned your name properly. You have actually sent your wave. Thank you. I see El Ricky. He says, an organization to look out for, to change the PR industry in Ghana and beyond, in the future, beyond and in the future. Well done, Faith. Okay, so I think he's referring to Women in PR Ghana. He says your organization is going to shape our future. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. So now that we have an understanding of what our target audience is going to look like, how can one actually register to be part of this?
That's a very dicey question, because as we speak, registration is closed.
Okay.
Because we have oversubscribed.
Oh, okay.
So, you know how they say early bird catches the worm, right? If I said it right, yes. Those who had been following our page, those who had booked their dates, who had been planning for it, took the lead to register. So unfortunately, we've had to sort of closed it, because it's a space as well. We don't want the place to be too crowded. And so for those who have registered, they will definitely be there. But the good thing here is that even if they are not able to attend, we'll be streaming live. All the activities there will be streamed live on Facebook, so people can actually join, because the exciting thing is that you also need to learn. And we don't want it to be limited to only those who would attend. And so thanks to MTN, we've been streaming live on both even Friday and on Saturday. So they'll still get to participate. And hopefully next year, we'll get a bigger space, or they actually register early so that they don't miss out.
Oh, thank you so much, MTN. You're making it possible for people to get to watch from the comfort of their homes, their rooms, wherever it is they are. thank you for making this possible. And you know what? If you would like to be there live for next year, 2023, now you know about Women in PR Ghana. Follow the page and get to know what's going on and when the next one will be happening, so that you will not be somebody who would have to be watching online. You'll now be experiencing it in the flesh and blood. All right? Okay. So it means that since we're going to be having students coming around, these students will get the opportunity to get to meet industry leaders who are already in the space. And part of what I see is your vision has to do with mentorship. I remember when I went to your website, I saw education, I saw networking, and I saw mentorship. And this is how the mentorship works. So when they come for the event, they get the chance to meet with these people and then probably, you know, get people to mentor them. Or are there other avenues that could be used to get people to be mentored by these PR experts?
So one of the things that I missed out on saying is that we launched with our mentorship projects as well. And the idea is we have our top 10 women. Each year we have top 10 women who are recognized for leading excellence in the industry. And so we are through these women, we are giving opportunities to some young people to be mentored by them. So they are going to have a virtual mentorship on Friday and then have an in-person mentorship on Saturday. And we put out the application, people have applied and they've been selected. So on Saturday morning, they would have an hour session with the top 10 before the start of the summit. But aside that as well, we have students membership and we call them Instroma Young Star membership. And these are all opportunities. If you become a member of Women in PR, we try to create that platform where on a day-to-day basis, aside the summits, we do have other activities that we do where you can have access to some of these professionals. And through direct access to them, you can reach out to them when you need anything. And for us, like you said, mentorship is really, really important to us. So however we could, we would do to help others.
Great. Wow. So how expensive is it to be part of Women in PR Ghana?
It's not.
It's not expensive.
It's not expensive at all. We have our website where you can go. And we have 4 categories of membership. We have the students membership. So even if you are in school, you can still register and be part. We have the Instroma membership, which is for the young star. We have the Cheb Ferry, which is for people from 6 years experience, or to 15 years experience. They are the mid-level. And we deliberately categorize them because we want to be able to tailor projects and activities for each of these people because our needs are different. Somebody starting out PR is different from somebody who is mid-level, same way somebody who is at the senior level. So we have the last level, which is the senior members, and they are from 15 years experience and above. And all you have to do is to go to our website, which is www.womeninprghana.org. And then we have either you join as a student or you join as a professional. And it's just 250 cedis.
Okay, not that expensive.
And a whole year.
Awesome. So we go for our final commercial break. When we return, we've got a few minutes left. We'll try and open the phone line. If you're lucky, you could get through. But if you're not lucky, please send us a comment, all right? To stay tuned. And you are welcome back to ETV Ghana's African Women's Voices show, where we are kind of wrapping up the conversation. However, I said I was going to open the phone lines. If you get lucky, you could just, get the number going through. Please, let's have the number on the screen. The number is 0555 65 7278. Great. So please give us a call if you're somebody who's interested in PR or you want to say thank you to Faith for actually open doors or opportunities for you for whatever it is she's done. This is the time for you to say to her on air. So, talking about the PR Summit, is there a dress code?
It's a professional event. It's a summit, and so formal attires are great. Smart casuals are ideal. But then if you can also be in a GTP, because we have GTP sponsoring us, so if you can be in a GTP fabric, if you cannot be in a GTP fabric, Woodin is there. Woodin is a sister company to GTP and sister brand rather, and Vlisco. So any of these fabric choices at your disposal. But if not, just dress decently, dress formally, and because it's your opportunity. Like you said earlier, we are as a networking platform, so you want to also step out looking good.
Good.
And another thing that we wanted to also capture was that we're organizing a photo shoot for people to take their professional photo shoots there. So if you really want to have your photo shoot done, you can reach out to us early enough for us to book the slot for you.
Awesome. This is really good. Some of us, you know, when we say we're going to be on a show and then we are asking for, you know, pictures, then people are like, okay, I don't have a picture. They send you all sorts of pictures and they don't really work for the artwork. So this is an opportunity for you to have a corporate one that will make you stand out, and your social media will just be smiling. All right, I see some other messages coming in. I see Joyce Sakite. I knew it, that once we mentioned GTP, Joyce will show up. Joyce said, GTP has been mentioned. Of course, GTP has to be mentioned because, I mean, they are really holding women in PR Ghana down. Thank you so much. Joyce Sakite says, yippee! And then she says, more than thrilled, Faith Senam April. Thank you so much for the mention. I also see Gifty Ato Buame. She has given us this, that we are so much on point. I think I'll have to be concluding on today's conversation, but we cannot leave without you mentioning the sponsors once again that have made it really possible for us to have this summit this year.
So this year it's been made possible because some people have believed that we can actually create a community for women and professionals to come together. So we want to say a big thank you to Total Ghana, to, like you said, GTP, to AH Hotel for hosting us. They've given us a great discount. To Vivo Energy, to Hollard Insurance, they'll be there for people to sign up if they want. I mean, they have to sign up. So GTP, like I said, Total, Vivo
MTN.
Energy. MTN
for
is
making
powering,
it possible.
Yes, MTN is powering our summit as well. So yes, to MTN as well. And then we have Excelsis that will be streaming our Facebook Live. We have Presentation Plus. Of course, we have EAPRO PR, and yeah, so that's it.
Great. And you've got African Women's Voices show there. We're going to be there live with our mini studio to take interviews and to make it beautiful for you to shine on the next edition of African Women's Voices show. We are so happy to have partnered our sister here, and we believe in women supporting women, women empowering women, women appreciating women, women doing things for women. It's so wonderful to be a woman. Thank you so much, Faith, for honoring this invitation to be here. And I know that we're going to discuss many more things, especially when it comes to the fashion. You know, you're very interested in fashion. This girl is a fashionista. Go to her Facebook, Instagram, Twitter page, and you get to see her displaying various styles, you know, when it comes to what people wear. I really appreciate you, girl. Thank you once again.
Thank you for having me. It's really an honor to be here, and thank you to Africa Women Voices.
Oh. All right, so please, this show is on our YouTube page. You could just go there to watch it one more time. It's also on our Facebook page. It's also on Women in PR Ghana's page, and also on my page. It's been shared across. Please keep sharing it and let a lot more people get to know about the summit that's coming up on Saturday. So until we meet next week, do enjoy the rest of our interesting lineup for you. Bye-bye.